is the POCO X5 Pro, and as per the title of this video, this is my first impressions of using this device for the last 3 weeks or so. What I'm not going to do in today's video is go over the technical specs of this device, as that will definitely be boring and I haven't discovered everything about it. The good thing is I'm used to the specs on this device because it's part of Xiaomi and I have other Xiaomi phones, so very familiar with this device. But what I will do is over the coming weeks and months, I will make numerous videos covering various aspects of this device, and if there's any particular area you want me to cover, I'm happy to look into that for sure. Okay, in addition to all of that, what I will do is continue testing this device and then publish a full review video, which will probably go out in about 6 to 8 weeks time. I have the time because my channel is so tiny, no one's definitely going to be sending me phones to review, so I have the time to to review this or any other device that you see on my channel. Okay, formalities out of the way, let's get into the device. So first thing is the design. I love this two-tone color combination, this black and yellow. I just think it's really nice. And they also come in other colors as well. They do come in blue and black, but this one I just thought was pretty cool. The other thing to note with this phone, it is a big phone at 6.67 inches. It is certainly a big phone, so fitting it into any jacket, trousers, shorts, pocket, pants or whatever, it's gonna be a challenge. I can just about make it in some of mine, but yeah, it will be a bit of a challenge. But the good thing about this device is that given the size of it, it's really light, and that's because it's made of plastic on the back and on the side, so that keeps the weight down. So also, if you're on a long phone call, you know you're not going to be weighed down by this device. Again, really nice, simple. Love the design of it. And also the other thing I love as well is the colors are really vibrant, really nice, bright. See if I can put something on for you here so you can see it as well. Yeah, it really is nice. And again, like I said, this, you do have 120 hertz refresh rate on here. You've got a choice of 60 or the 120 hertz. So if you look at that, I think that's a really nice picture. Yeah, really good quality. And also you have Dolby Atmos as well. So again, this, as I said, this thing is packed with with flagship features. So if I just quickly go into the settings here and then just go into display, you'll see you can have light mode. I like the dark mode, especially for filming as well. And the other thing you can do, you can change the color scheme. So look, you can have the vivid, saturated, standard, and then you've got some advanced settings there. So I'll just leave it on the recommended vivid one. So go back, and then the other thing I wanted to show you is the refresh rate. So you got a choice of the 60 hertz, so you can have it to default 60 hertz, or you can have it here, and look, got a choice of 60 hertz or 120 hertz. And I have to say, I always have mine at 120 hertz, and again, it doesn't seem to affect the battery, so again, that's really good. Now, one thing I do want to say, again, I will lament this point. I do say you do have flagship features on this device. So talking about the 120 hertz refresh rate and the always on display on this device, which is really nice. Hopefully it'll come up. So look at that, always on display. And what I love about it is that when you receive certain messages or icons or apps, I like the way they appear on the always on display in color. It's really good. I really like that. The reason why I mentioned the 120 Hz refresh rate and the always on display is that if you were to purchase the iPhone 15, the newly released iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, you do not get 120 Hz refresh rate. You still get 60 Hz refresh rate, and also they do not have always on display. So you can see this thing really does pack a punch. It really does. So again, just proving the point that I'm making, that you have flagship features on this device. The other thing I like about this device, well, obviously, make sure you got the Dolby Atmos, sounds really nice. You've got speaker on the top and a speaker on the bottom, so you have stereo speakers. You have the SIM tray that takes 2 nano SIMs, which is, again, there aren't many phones, especially like iPhones or Samsung, that will offer you dual SIM. Usually it's usually one SIM. So the fact that you have the ability of dual SIM on here is perfect. So you can use one SIM for work and one SIM for personal, or if you're traveling, one personal and one for traveling. Now, the other thing with this device as well, incredible, you have a headphone jack. Yes, in 2023, you have a headphone jack on here. It's incredible. And then to top that off, you also have an IR blaster. Just to confirm, an IR blaster can be used to control things like your television set, DVD players, DVRs, air conditioners, etc., and all from your device. And I repeat, you will see this on the Xiaomi flagship model phones. Moving on to the software on this device. Even though it is a Chinese phone, POCO, it's linked with Xiaomi, it does have the global ROM. So look here, top right there, it says MIUI Global 14. So what that means is that it has come preloaded with the Play Store and Google mobile services. So again, all your apps, everything will be working as normal, and you will not see any Chinese writing in this device whatsoever. So it should be no issues there. So again, anyone who's watching this, maybe certain parts of the world like America, will maybe put off. Rest assured, there is no, even though it's a Chinese phone, there's no Chinese writing on the device. Everything is in English. So you are pretty much good to go right out of the box. Again, no issues whatsoever. What I will say is that, see, it comes here with MIUI 14 and Android 12. So you see Android version 12. Now, that is a little bit of a shortcoming from POCO, because this should come with MIUI 14 and Android 13. So it's a bit of a, I don't know, not sure why that is the case, but there's no reason why this should not have come with Android 13. After all, Android 13 was released in August 2022, and this device was released in February 2023. Just to rubber stamp my last point, you have the Google Play Store right there. Again, all your apps are in English, no issues whatsoever. You also have Google Apps, so all the ones that you see here were pre-installed. So you've got your Gmail, got your wallet, home, photos, all of these were pre-installed when I purchased the device. And in fact, all these, barring maybe, I think maybe YouTube Studio, but all the apps that you see here were already pre-installed on this device. Now, what you can do is, if I go into the settings here, just go in here. So in terms of bloatware, there is some bloatware on this device. And this is obviously, this is the 256 gigabyte model. And I've already taken photos and videos, so that's already added to the amount of storage that I've used. So there is some bloatware, but what you can do is, if you want to reduce it further, you can delete some of these apps which you do not use. So I think once I finish testing this device, I'll remove things like Netflix and some of these other ones like this Royal Match. I don't play games on my devices, or maybe I should start playing games. It's this Google TV, so I will remove those, and then what you can do, remove the ones you're not going to use, and then that will reduce the bloatware. But I think regardless, you're still going to have, about good 220 gigabytes to play with if you purchase the 256 gigabyte model. So again, really easy to use, so it shouldn't be any issues from that front. Again, I've had no apps crashing, nothing of the sort. I think everything has been working as standard, so again, no issues there whatsoever. Now let's move on to the cameras. Again, you've got I believe you've got punch hole camera here on the front here. I think that's 16 megapixel wide camera, but again, I'm just quoting these off the top of my head. Obviously on the back you do have 3 cameras set up there. So obviously you've got the 108 megapixel main wide camera, you've got an ultra wide camera, and then you also have I believe it's a 2 megapixel macro camera. So again, really good features. Again, some of these you'll see on a flagship device, and to see it on this POCO X5 Pro, I think it does represent excellent value for money. So what I'm going to do now is just show you some photos and videos taken with this camera. With the global ROM, you have your Google feed, so there's no issues there whatsoever. The other thing you have, pull down on the toggle notifications, so you can see the options you have. So you have screenshot there, airplane mode, you have lock orientation, you have your Google Pay, and then obviously here you can adjust the brightness level, again sound. And then if we go over here, so you can see you've got vast options. Look, you've got cast, hotspot, nearby share, NFC, Dolby Atmos, floating windows. Honestly, the list here is amazing. And there you have screen recorder. If we go across, you have one more there, and then what you can do, just tap on the right here, and look, you have these further available toggles at the bottom there, so you can add or remove as you see fit. So again, really useful. A lot of these you will see on flagship devices, and at the bottom there, look at that, you can even use this for smart devices, so you can operate things like your lights and music and other features within your home. Despite the POCO X5 Pro being a mid-range price phone, however, when it comes to unboxing and presentation, it is certainly flagship. So for example, despite the device, you also get a SIM tool ejector, a plastic transparent case, get a USB to Type-C charging cable, a 67-watt charger, which can charge the device very quickly. And if that's not all, on top of that, you get a 3.5mm pair of headphones. In terms of biometrics, you do have the following options to unlock your device. So you've got the screen lock, you can use a fingerprint, you have face unlock, and at the bottom right there, you can even unlock your device via Bluetooth. If you go in additional settings on your device, you will see you've got some really good features on this device. So there you've got obviously gesture shortcuts, quick ball, got one-handed mode, and if we move on, you've got this floating windows. Again, if you go in there, look at that, it shows you how to open, move, view, minimize, floating windows, etc. So again, really good. Got memory extension, you have this second space. Second space is very similar to Samsung Secure Folder, and this one is flawless. I will go into a separate video into how it works. So in effect, everything you can do in your main fold, in your main space, you can do in this second space. So again, you can keep everything in here away from prying eyes. So in effect, it's like having two devices within one. Again, a really underrated feature. Again, this is on this budget device, which you also see on the most expensive flagship models as well. Okay, last but not least, another favorite of mine is the heart rate. So look at this, you can monitor your heart rate just by putting your finger on the phone's flash on the rear. Again, really good, all at your fingertips. So just to wrap this up, the hardware on the POCO X5 Pro is excellent, and some of the features on here you will see on the more expensive flagship Xiaomi phones. Also, I love the fact that it does have 5G, meaning it is future proof. And if you see here, you will have the always on display, and I can testify you will see all of these on the expensive flagship Xiaomi phones. So you have those all here on this medium range device. Honestly, this is excellent. In terms of the software, as I alluded to earlier, everything works fine. Should be no issues whatsoever. You have your Google Play Store, you have your Google mobile services, everything is here. Should have no issues whatsoever, and everything runs very smoothly. Again, just to reiterate, there is no Chinese writing in the device, because I know some people will hear the word POCO and they're frightened or they run away. Do not be afraid. This is a really good device. And as you saw, the unboxing and presentation is first class. I cannot emphasize that enough, because if you purchase an iPhone or something from Samsung or Google, all they'll put in the box is the device and the charging cable, and you're paying what, maybe 3-4 times the price of this POCO X5 Pro. So again, for POCO to deliver that on a medium range phone like this, I can only describe it as excellent customer service, and you do feel special when you receive the box and you open it and you see everything that's inside. Superb. So yeah, so as I said, you have pretty much flagship specs on this device. You have the 120 Hz refresh rate, always on display, second space, you have the 108 megapixel main camera, Dolby Atmos, IR Blaster. When it comes to the biometrics, you have the face unlock, the fingerprint unlock, etc. I mean, there is just nothing to not like about this device, and you can pick it up for a really good price. Well, that pretty much wraps up for my first impressions of the POCO X5 Pro, which I really love, and I will continue testing and producing more videos. If you've got any questions or comments, do not hesitate to drop them in the comments section below.